MashaAllah. We wait until everyone is in the space. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome, everyone. MashaAllah. Greetings to our dear brothers and sisters from China. Despite the time difference, you are here. MashaAllah. Very good to see you. And we have even South Africa with us. Welcome. MashaAllah. Germany. Welcome. England. Welcome. And of course, our dear brothers and sisters from Italy. Welcome. So for the Italians, we have live translation. For the Chinese, if there is an option needed, then you can find it on the CC down in the screen. There you can select the language to get the Chinese subtitle, inshallah. So let's begin. Let's close our eyes for a moment and connect with our inner being. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. 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 Let's open the eyes. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا متكبر. مدد يا رسول الكريم. مدد يا رجال الله. دستور. So we are entering a new era, inshallah. And we may already be experiencing a taste of it. But a closure is necessary before we can fully settle into this new era. There must be an ending before there can be a new beginning. With every beginning of a cycle, there is always an ending of a cycle. And whenever there is an ending of a cycle, there is a new cycle starting again. These two are always interconnected. Now, last month, we had a powerful lunar eclipse, followed by a powerful solar eclipse. We have spoken the last time why these eclipses have such an impact on our personal lives and on the global world situation. We wanted you to first experience the past solar eclipse that was on the 21st of September, so that while we talk about it today, it will become a reality within you. As we said, every ending is a new beginning, as they go hand in hand. But some of you might be impacted more by the ending of a cycle. things feel more like an ending than a beginning. But for some of you, things do feel like a beginning. Now, for those of you who are experiencing more of the ending, feeling this ending energy of the eclipse, what you can expect is that the things in your life that are not true to who you really are and which are not right for you to build a life with, that you can feel good about, they disappear. The power of these eclipses is such that whatever is not serving your highest purpose will be removed from your life. And whatever does serve your highest purpose will come into your consciousness. It makes you remember old relations, and maybe even old traumas can come up. It might have brought back old memories and resurfaced them. The purpose of this is not to hurt you again, but it is for you to process these memories. And so they come to the surface in order for you to let them go, not to hold on to them. So the past month, after this solar eclipse, it was a very good time to do that. Clearing out the energies that have connected you with another in a negative way. Many of you have experienced this transformation. In fact, there was not much of a choice, as the solar eclipse just recalibrates you and initiates the process for you. It may have really turned you inside out, getting the deepest change possible. The energy of a solar eclipse has an incredible capacity to bring out your potential that fits with the vision of God. The vision of God that He has for you. And the universe is conspiring to bring you closest to that vision. They want to build towards that vision. They say, we will add this and add that to build this vision. But then they say, no, there are still things that you are carrying that are detracting you from your potential, that is not according the vision. So, as long as you are carrying this around, as long as you think this way or believe this, you will not be realizing your potential with that. So, they cut it. They cut things from your life. They simply remove it. And this is a blessing. Yes, it might feel tough and hard. The ego might weep, but the soul rejoices in the new situation. Letting go of that which was weighing the soul down. And now it can rise up higher and lighter. So, if this eclipse took something from your life, realize that it has taken it because it is not reflective of what is really right for you anymore. If something leaves you during this time, then that's the reason. It's very simple. It just takes your attention away from superficial things, things that are not important really, because in the end, it is not what will make your life worthwhile. So they remove it. So this is the time when the negative will go away from your life so that the positive can come in. So expect to let go of some things and have peace with that. Don't weep on it too much and too long. As we said, a real closure is necessary for the new era to come. So this end of the eclipse will be a beautiful time to start your journey into a new life, into a new world. into a new dimension. And this transfer, this new transfer of energy, is the theme of this time. It makes you connect with the inner force that enables you to live according with your true nature rather than a program or demands of others. And it cannot be a compromise. Your life has to reflect what you really are here to do, who you really are, on a level of being, not only on an emotional level, like, I need this to feel okay. No, but really on a level of being, the shiny, radiant being that you are. It asks you to get more clear in your life. Now ask yourself, am I really living as myself? It tells you to do what is really right for you this time. And now we are in a time where you see a lot of potential in yourself. And yet, it is not completely clear what that potential is. There is like a blurry vision, not yet clear. Why is that? It is because in the meantime, Saturn is still retrograde. It is still restricting, limiting us, telling us maybe you see this potential, but you cannot yet actualize it. Or we don't show you the complete picture yet. Or it just tells you simply, no, you cannot do it yet. So for the new people here with us, I will repeat. Saturn is the celestial being that restricts us, limits us, and says no. When we recite Surah Fatiha in our prayers, we say, Maliki Yawmiddin, meaning the Lord of the Day of Judgment. We address the energies of Saturn and acknowledge this strong face of Allah Almighty. The energy of Saturn is very Jalali, meaning it is majestic. It is a force that we cannot escape from in our lives. Whether you are following Sufism or another path, or no path at all, Saturn is present in everyone's life. This force of Allah Almighty is within our energetic system, our astral body. There is no escaping from it as long as you are here on this earth. In Arabic, deen means debt. It's a debt that we must pay in this life. This is what is meant by karma when they say karma. It is not for nothing that Saturn is called the planet of karma. So Saturn has been retrograde for the past 3 months, and we still have 1.5 months in this testing period of Saturn. We can say when Saturn moves retrograde for 4.5 months in total, it is a period of the Day of Judgment, right? This is how it feels. When Saturn is retrograde, it is closer to our consciousness. So we are able to judge ourselves in this period. And this is a blessing. We are able to change our patterns that have brought suffering into our lives. And so this period is a blessing to really change these patterns. Some of you have experienced this restriction very strong this period, and it may have felt that there is no end to it. We can tell you, you are almost there. If you are having a hard time now, just sit in your situation. Go inward and look with full honesty within yourself. See where you could have done better. It is important that you reap the teachings of this period so that you can resolve the debt, the pending debt, and don't repeat it again. It wants you to focus back on certain things that are either left undone or that are unfulfilled promises. Some duty that is pending. You need to go and fulfill that. It will demand sacrifice, but it is going to make you change your attitude towards life. You get more mature in life. The retrograde energies want you to upgrade and to evolve. At the moment, we have all the support from the universe. They just ask from us that we be sincere. So, this window of correction is open until the 28th of November, so that we can benefit from the blessings of the Lord of Judgment. We want to push you in this time of transition before we can move into the new era. As an individual, as a society, as a collective consciousness, it is our duty to remove the negativity from our personal lives and to close the door to it. We should spread positive energy, and that will demand a sacrifice. You, as an individual, contribute to establishing this new era. Don't think yourself small. You do matter, especially in this crucial transition period. If we, for example, give up just one bad habit, maybe it is smoking, maybe it is gossiping, maybe it is overeating, or maybe it is something more heavy. Maybe you have a pattern of betraying your spouse. Maybe you are not so honest in the marriage and you break the heart. In Sufism, we don't break the heart. That's a big sin. So all these seemingly innocent habits, they do create chaos in the collective. And chaos in the collective means what? It means suffering. How much suffering? It depends very much on your role in society. When you have a significant role, it will create more chaos than someone who has a relatively simpler role in society. But in any way, it is time to take our responsibility and see how we contribute to that suffering in the world with our habits in life. This is the best time to give up this bad habit and clear finally the debt and replace them with good, positive habits. Allah says in the Holy Book, in Surah Furqan, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, إلا من تاب وآمن وعمل عملا صالحا فأولئك يبدل الله سيئاتهم حسنات وكان الله غفورا رحيما. Meaning, as for those who repent and believe and perform righteous deeds, for them Allah will replace their evil deeds with good deeds. And Allah is all forgiving, all merciful, most merciful. This is a remembrance of the infinite mercy and forgiveness of Allah Almighty. So while seeing this potential on the horizon, this big picture within you, this is the picture that belongs to the new era, this new time that we are entering. But you are still being restricted by Saturn, which is saying, no, you cannot do it yet. Be patient. You cannot explore this new era yet. First, there are some unfinished tasks that you need to resolve. But while you see this potential on the horizon, it is good to ask yourself, why would I want that potential? Why is that potential appealing to me? Because whenever Saturn is there, it means that you have a lot to learn about your motivations and your intentions. So instead of just going and doing it, we sometimes don't get to do it, but then we can reflect. We contemplate it. And that can bring up a lot of personal truths in our lives. It brings a lot of awareness in our intentions and motivations, which is a very important part when we enter the new era, that we have the correct intentions. So that's how you want to use this time if you're feeling this roadblock while seeing the big picture. Then there is another thing, which is a great blessing that lies ahead of us. Last but not least, the cherry on the cake. Yesterday in the afternoon, we had Jupiter entering a new position. This is something we were all waiting for. This is a brilliant position. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, of prosperity. It is the planet of fortune. And it is the wisdom of Jupiter that speaks through the masters to reach the people. Right now, Jupiter is in its best position that it can ever be. But it will stay here for a short period of time, a period of 7 weeks only. So we need to look into this very carefully. There is a little door of opportunity opening for these 7 weeks. You did not expect it to open, but there it is, because Jupiter entered this great position. But can you go through the door? Can you take these opportunities at their surface value? Not yet, really. For the 7 weeks, we get to have a preview of that. What will be the picture for next year? Because after 7 weeks, it is Jupiter turning retrograde. Now, stay with me, dear people. Around the time that Saturn moves direct, Jupiter then turns back to its previous position. It wants to complete its unfinished business. It is a little more complicated than it seems, but it is very important that we understand this turning point, because this turning point will be in everyone's lives. In our next meeting in November, inshallah, we will go more in depth on what are these unfinished business of Jupiter. But for now, I would like to focus on this short period of 7 weeks, because it's very important to understand, as it will give us the picture for next year. So between now and mid-November, we feel this elevation in energy. And after that, Jupiter goes back in North position for 6 months, as we said. And then in June next year, it gets back to this blessed position. So then, from that time on, it can fully settle in this precious new position. And it will stay there for 1 whole year. So now we have the blessing to taste the good that will come next year from June on, inshallah. You need to still wait for the Jupiter to come back next year if you want to do big things. Right now, let's focus on Jupiter for coming 7 weeks. What's going to happen? Jupiter rules righteous actions, the good cause. So being in this position brings opportunities for doing the right thing, righteous activity. Jupiter is excellent for wisdom and spiritual insight. It is this energy that when we contemplate on the creation of Allah, that we receive insights and understanding. It is very good for starting a family and having children. So for many, many people, it opens the chance of marriage, inshallah. Jupiter is also good for wealth and business, and in particular, family finance. So it's excellent for beginning new ventures during the next few weeks. But be careful, not when he goes retrograde, because he is then having another agenda. It's a very small period of time where he will open doors of prosperity and where he will show opportunities, definitely. He will make everybody see opportunities they have missed. But will it open now fully? Will you be able to grasp it and make it happen completely now? No, because he's going back. We are to taste it now, but we cannot fully manifest it yet. After June in 2026, these new possibilities, which you see now, have a very good chance of having a definite good impact then. This time might trigger an idea. You might receive already a message from that new picture next year. That means that in June 2026, you might execute that idea that you get now, inshallah. So, very important to write these things down and not forget them, because you will have to act on it next year, on these great ideas. On the spiritual level, it will trigger an emotional response, and you would want to find your refuge in spirituality. You might get the guidance that you have been looking for such a long time. This opens a whole dimension for you. That is the power of Jupiter. A lot of people will shift from one way of life to the other way of life. People become more spiritual, more into the old traditions. They will be more interested in old traditions, and they will really seek the knowledge of the spiritual paths. It is an expansion of power, but power through knowledge, not through weapons. A brief note about the world affairs, everyone. Now, Jupiter in this high position is known to bring peace where there is conflict in the world. Rules and regulations for humanity may change. Righteous action will be established with the presence of this high energy because it will expand our emotions. And so it will expand our compassion. It will expand our nature to support other people. But will he be able to do this time, to bring peace on earth? Not completely yet. At the moment, we have a picture of what peace could look like, the end of a battle. And we see it already happening. But in the core, things are not yet really resolved. As Jupiter goes back to the previous position, which is not a good place for Jupiter, it represents this two-faced energies facing two directions. What does that mean? It means that people can be dishonest and they can tell lies. There is misunderstanding in all negotiation and communication. So we see this energy a lot in the media. So take everything that you read in the news or in the media with a grain of salt. Because of this energy, it is not giving us the clear picture and the full picture. So at the very best, we have crossed wires. But at the worst, we have complete lies are being told in the moment. And of course, as soon as Jupiter is retrograde from mid-November, he will bring in misunderstandings, miscommunication, and peace agreements will be difficult then. And definitely from the 6th of December to the 26th of June, where this period of 6 months, Jupiter is facing the battlefield. So there's a chance of more conflict even. And we said in the previous meeting, a real resolution will be possible next year, inshallah. At the moment, it looks good on paper. Great speech, but in essence, it still has to come. Next year, a more powerful, permanent resolution of conflict could be there. And Allah knows best. So, dear people, have trust in God. Have trust in life. And have trust that you will get the clarity on how to build yourself in this new era that is coming. This is a very important time that is coming. And we need to do everything to be prepared and to be in the right energy to reap the full fruits of it, inshallah. So improve yourself on the path and create the right thoughts. Have the correct mindset and spread positivity wherever you can. Whenever you see negativity, talk about something that is positive. You just counter the negative energy with your own positive energy. You see, with each drop, you can build an ocean. This will be your role as a spiritual being on this earthly existence. And this will give you a lot of blessings. And that should be the theme that you should remember during this time. اللهم إني عبدك بنت عبدك بنت أماتك ناصيتي بيدك ماض في حكمك عدل في قضاؤك أسألك بكل اسم هو لك سميت به نفسك أو أنزلته في كتابك أو علمته أحدا من خلقك أو استأثرت به في علم غيب عندك أن تجعل القرآن العظيم ربيع قلوبنا ونور صدورنا وجلاء أحزاننا وذهاب همومنا وغمومنا يا أرحم الراحمين. رب اغفر لنا ولوالدينا وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. إلى حضرة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ومشايخنا الكرام بسير سورة الفاتحة. آمين آمين. ما شاء الله. Thank you very much for your precious time and your attention. It's very good to see you. Although I don't see everyone on the camera, as not everyone has the camera on, but it's always a blessing to see you. Yes. So I would like to have this opportunity to sit in silence together as we are together anyway. It's a very much a joyful meeting. So I would like really to stay connected with you in this time. So let's close our eyes again for a moment. Bring your attention into your innermost being. Feel the expansion of this new energy that is pouring down on the planet. It opens our center of the feeling. It makes our compassion to grow in our heart. It is a feeling of goodness and joy and generosity. Feel how it is working through you, through your body, through your consciousness. These energies are ruled under the divine names Ya Kareem, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Wahhab, Ya Razzaq, Ya Fattah, Ya Halim, Ya Ghaffar, Ya Ghafoor, Ya Wadud, Ya Wadud, Ya Wadud. Feel the breeze of these beautiful names on your face. And feel how this energy is elevating your spirit much higher and lighter. Feel the gratitude in your heart for all the blessings that we are receiving in our lives. And we ask Allah Almighty to make this message and this meeting beneficial for you. And to bless you and your loved ones. May it be a time for you for infinite prosperity. Ameen. Oh, have a very blessed evening or night or morning, wherever you are. And we see you next time, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. All the best to you. Bismillah.